What is up, guys? It's your boy Solheim here, back with another World of Warcraft video for the War Within. Now, with a new weekly reset coming, I want to talk about weekly knowledge points. Now, I want to talk about today is the weekly knowledge points that you can obtain from treasures in the open world, and how important they can be. In addition to that, I'll be talking about exactly how to power farm them, so you can farm them super easily and super fast on all of your characters in one place while making gold at the same time. So you can level up your characters, make gold, and get your weekly knowledge points done at the same time, all in one go on your characters. Now, the first thing here is to know that what these are, and basically every single week you can obtain 2 treasures from treasures, like 2 KP items, knowledge point items, from treasures in the open world. Now, I'm using an add-on to track this. It's called Weekly Knowledge, all in one word. You can also use MyUse Weekly or MyUse Knowledge Tracker. That's a weak aura, by the way, so you can use that one. But this one tracks how many treasures I've grabbed. And as you can see, we have 0 out of 2 on some of them and 2 out of 2 on some of them. In addition to that, you can see that they have different knowledge points for blacksmithing. Both of them has 1 knowledge point each, so +2, meaning that from treasures you can get 2 knowledge points every single week. That being said, for alchemy, you have 4. It's still 2 items, but both gives you +2 knowledge points, so you can get 4 knowledge points every single week for alchemist. And engineering is also 2 points, so 1 point each. Blacksmithing, once again, 1 point each. Inscription, 4 points as well. And jewel crafting also is 4 points. So some professions benefit way more from this than the other ones. And I would just say, on the ones that gives you 4, which is inscription, for example, alchemy and jewel crafting, you really want those 4 points. 4 knowledge points is a lot, and over like a month that is 16 points. For those of you who can't do math, that would be 16 points, and that is a lot. That is almost a full branch that you can get by itself from treasures alone. Now, this doesn't really have to be a lengthy adventure. What a lot of people are doing here is flying around in ringing deeps and just hunting for treasures 24/7 and looking for specific treasures that you can see on the map. Now, what I'm talking about today is farming this from wax farming. Now, for those of you who don't know what wax farming is, it is basically a minigame that is unlocked when you get to renown level 2 with Assembly of the Deeps. So going all the way here to renown level 2, you get access to something called Every Day I'm Snuffling. You may now begin snuffling, the kobold art of digging for wax. Wax found this way can be turned into middles in on Gundargas. So I'm going to pull up the Wowhead article here real quick to read what that is, and we're also going to show you guys a way to power farm this in one place to farm a bunch of wax and get gold, experience, and also these treasure points really quickly. First of all though, the Wowhead article. So for this one, just real quick TLDR on what snuffling is. So it goes like this: upon unlocking snuffling at renown level 2 with the Assembly of the Deeps, which should happen very early in the initial zone questing and exploration, players will be able to interact with some of the kobolds found around Gundargas and see purple outlined disturbed earth throughout all zones in Castle Gar. Digging up patches of disturbed earth will then spawn a short minigame or a mob, or even just a lootable pile, awarding various amounts of odd glob of wax. Now, 5 odd glob of wax is turned into middles 10 times to fill up the wax contribution progress bar, earning a Firelight Ruby, and Firelight Ruby can then be turned in for various pets, toys, and more. Now, when it comes to more here, that is literally a sealed pouch of gold, or you can also hand it in for leather resonance crystals, dust, so for example storm dust, pretty good that one, and herb and rocks, so you can get materials from this and make gold this way as well. It used to be a very good gold farm, those of you who know about wax farming from back 1 week ago, before the nerf. That was insane, by the way, but that's been nerfed now. But you can still do it solo, and it's very good to combine for the treasure farming, for the knowledge points, and make some gold at the same time. So, before you start hunting for wax farms, you want to go into your settings, and just double check. If you go down here to your settings, go to graphic settings, and scroll quite far down. Now you want to go all the way down to the outlines for graphics, so that's going to be all the way down here, where you can then have the outline outline mode. So at the base game quality, you can turn this up and down as you want, but you want to have the outline mode to high. This makes it so the outline is purple, it is very easy to find. If you have this on low, as I had before, you can barely even find them. So at this point, when you are flying around the world, you will see purple outlines of wax on the floor, but they will not show on your minimap, so you have to keep an eye out for them and look for them that way. So what I do there is I go to edit mode, for example, I then drag my minimap towards the middle when I'm farming, just to keep an eye out on the minimap at the same time, and then look around me at the same time. So just super simple, keep it as simple as possible, but you want to be able to look on the map for treasures when it comes to regular treasures, right? You want to be able to look for those, and you also want to find wax whenever you can, which you cannot see on the minimap, but you see them in the open world in a form of a purple outline. Now, when it comes to where I'm personally farming for this wax, we are located in Hallowfall, and you want to go to the farm where you have this weekly event. Now, while you're farming or while you're flying there, you also want to loot any other treasure that you can, of course. So when you find a treasure, you obviously go for it. And at this farm, I'm just going to play this at 2x speed, so you can take a look at how many waxes or like lumps of wax you're able to find and what they look like. So you can see this one had a purple outline, and we're going to look for purple outlines here, like this one once again right here. And here you want to avoid these, but I'm playing on 2 accounts, it was kind of difficult to just alt tab back and forth. And right here we looted a blue item, and that was one of those knowledge point items. So you want to look for those, and those are what you want to farm for here, and you're getting gold at the same time, because these wax piles, as you can see from my loot, even though they are going away quite fast on the screen because 2x speed, we're getting a lot of materials at the same time. You can get bismuth from this, null stones from this, null lotus from this, just basically anything. Think about profane tinder boxes, you can get those. So just try to farm as much wax as possible here, and also regular treasure boxes over here as well. So this farm is a really good hyper farm when it comes to these treasures and the knowledge points, and you can get your knowledge point items here in 10 minutes. I did this yesterday on stream, well today when I'm recording this, yesterday when it's live, so you can do it as well, and I was able to farm out 10 characters, albeit on 2 accounts at the same time, so 5 characters in 1 hour. Averaging 12 minutes per character, including the time it takes to actually fly over here as well. So 12 minutes to fly from Dornogal to this place, get all 4 of my items, because there's 2 of them for per profession, and then get back to Dornogal. All of that in about 12 minutes time, because as you can see from me playing the footage in the background, there is a bunch of wax piles over here at this farm. You cannot go out of them, and I feel like it's a hyper spawn for them because there's always 1, 2, or 3 available somewhere around this farm. It is just sometimes they are on the outer edges of the farm, so if you can't see one, just try to fly to the outer edge of the quote-unquote farm area, or where the world quest is. So just try to fly around and look for them, because they should be up pretty much at all times, and these can contain these treasure items, and they seem to have roughly the same drop chance as regular treasures. And when I was farming in Ringing Deeps, for example, earlier this week, just to compare this, over here I was able to do this in 12 minutes per character. In Ringing Deeps it took me 40 minutes. On average, I did this twice earlier this week, and 40 minutes was the average time flying around Ringing Deeps to get these treasure points. Over here, 12 minutes. It is super fast, and you get access to so many wax piles. So all you need to do here is get renowned to level 2, which I assume most of you have at this point, with the Assembly of the Deeps, and then go to this location. Now I also realized that I haven't really shown you exactly where on the map this is at the moment. I've only shown you me flying around at this place. So what you do is you go to Hallowfall, and it's over here at the Light Blooming. So over here you usually have a weekly quest, Defender of the Flame, and you have the Spreading the Light weekly event as well, or the event with the weekly reward, as I should say. So you can fly here, fly around, so you have this farm, you then have this farm over here, you have the thing in the middle, you have another farm on this side, and another one on this side as well. And if nothing is up on either of those places, you go over here and look over here as well. So basically, fly around the entire circle that I'm kind of drawing right now with these map pins, and you can usually find a bunch of these wax piles. In addition to that, not only are there wax piles, there's also quote-unquote regular treasures over there as well. Now, in addition to all of this, you can also do the actual bonus objectives while you are here to level up and get experience at the same time. And as a cherry on top, if you are farming here a lot and have multiple characters to do this with, or you just want to do it as a gold farm, over time there will spawn a bunch of rares. I think there are 7 or 8 rares in this general area that you can then find, and they will give you a reputation on a weekly basis, so you are farming gold, leveling your character, getting your knowledge points, getting materials, and getting reputation, all at the same time. And as another cherry on top, completing the quest gives you a cache with the gear, so you can gear up as well at the same time. It is honestly pretty good, so go and check it out if you haven't. And if you enjoyed the video, leave a like down below. If you want to make more gold in the War Within, check out my gold making guide through the link down below as well, where I talk about and go through every single method of making gold. We have farming over there, professions over there. We deep dive into professions. We're talking about how to spend your knowledge points and how to spend your concentration wisely to make a bunch of gold. I also have examples of multiple builds for professions in that gold making guide, and I just tried my very best to help you make as much gold as possible in this expansion. If that sounds interesting to you, the link will be down below. As always, thank you for being here, thank you for watching. I will see you again in the next video very soon. Bye bye now. Bye bye. Bye bye.